This is an official Guinness World Records attempt.
We're just going to do a practice run.
Putting into practice what we've been training for and seeing how many runs she can do.
To set this record, I need to climb a minimum of 200 meters on a wall, one-handed. I have 1.5 hands and my little arm is actually my dominant one on the wall. So for me, it's learning how to climb left-handed only, learning how to readjust my balance, how to generate power, and to really work with what is essentially my weaker side. So being a one-arm climber, essentially I have to be able to pull off more different types of unorthodox moves to reach something that's maybe on my right side or higher than me because I'm short. Whenever you want to go then.
The fact that she's got one hand is not really her disability, it's her illnesses.
I had cancer when I was 23. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is that my joints can spontaneously dislocate. Even walking a few steps, I can sprain my ankle. Or getting out of bed, I can pop a hip, which is not fun. I also have a range of other issues from asthma, celiac disease. Life is complicated. Running my medical life is almost a full-time job on top of my full-time job.
The last 4 weeks have been slightly nightmarish. I came down with bronchitis, lost about 50% of my lung capacity, ended up in accident and emergency because I took the wrong medications, because I got confused and I was too unwell. Literally walking the 10 meters to another room was too hard at one point. Clearly, training for this attempt has been, well, it had to get put on hold. I mean, I couldn't even make it to the climbing centre.
A bit of an update on what's going on. So I managed to possibly dislocate my knee about 3 weeks ago, getting up from my kitchen chair after working, and the rehab hasn't necessarily gone the way we'd like.
The last 14 days have been hell on earth. I had extreme fatigue a couple of weeks ago and kind of knew that meant that I was going to be coming down with an infection. It just didn't, I had no idea what it was going to be. Probably the kidneys or lungs. It proved to be lungs. So I haven't climbed in 10 days. Well, I got back to the climbing wall today and my endurance was awful. So I've obviously had surgery, have spent a lot of the last few months in rehab. I had to have a scan done to my knee which swelled it up. So I may be climbing tomorrow in a harness up a wall. We'll see if my knee can handle it and the rest of me can.
I discovered climbing by accident when I was 8. I was on a school trip and we happened to do it there. You know, as an 8-year-old, it's one thing to go climbing, it's fine, I was relatively healthy. But you know, I'd had cancer, I was struggling to walk, I was struggling with lifting my arm up, I couldn't do my harness, I didn't know how to do my knots. And one of my best friends, she basically said, well, what's the worst thing that can happen? Worst thing is you don't like it, or best thing is you find something that changes your life. The mental focus on the wall was enough to make me forget that I was ill. I was a normal person on the wall, I was just a climber. And for the first time in a very long while, I felt like a person rather than as a chronically ill, disabled person. Been competing now for 6 years off and on. I reached second in the UK in my category in the first year I competed. And since then I've been sort of ranging second, third and fourth depending on the year. Thought about calling it quits several times today, but got through it, so pleased. And I'll be so happy if I set a high record because everybody else can suffer trying to finish to outdo me. I think I'm looking forward to it in the sense of I'm really looking forward to seeing the end of this. I hit a real low health-wise last year as well, so for me, getting the record, even making the attempt would be a real milestone for me towards my recovery. It means I'm back, it means I can do things, it means the impossible is still possible for me.
The minimum requirement for this Guinness World Records title is 200 meters. Now we've measured the wall officially today and the wall is confirmed at 7.35 meters, which means that you must, to break this Guinness World Record title, ascend the wall at least 28 times. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This is an official Guinness World Records attempt. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. 1 minute. Anoushé Husain, you attempted the Guinness World Records title for the greatest vertical distance climb on the climbing wall with one hand in 1 hour by a female. I can announce that I discounted none of your ascents. The record to beat was 200 meters, and you achieved 374.85 meters, which means it's a new Guinness World Records title.
So I needed 28 for the record and for the title. Today I was aiming for 51 runs, and I did 51 runs. Getting a Guinness World Records title it's incredible. I mean, I never imagined that this would be possible, but I do have a slogan in my life called "Go and keep believing in your impossible," so I guess I've just done that.